There's a garage, North Carolina. Nothing special about it until the door goes up. Then the mics come on, and a group of people who have known each other far too long start talking. No script, no filter, just whatever happened this weekend and everybody's version of it. Good friends, great conversations, weekend stories. This is 15 Friends.
"20 years ago, Koli and Mark moved in next door to each other. Neither one of them has been able to get rid of the other one since. That's the whole show. This is a side piece about what happens when the guy who lives 20 feet away turns into one of your best friends. The cocktails, the dinners that don't get served until 10 at night, the kids who grew up in both yards, and 2 decades of trying to give each other a heart attack. Welcome, Koli and Timby, to the show. Have a seat. Campbell?"
Perfect intro, man. Couldn't have dreamt it up any better myself. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Woo! I got me pumped up, especially talking about cocktails.
Man, we got
Not that kind of cocktail.
Not that kind of.
This is obviously a popular episode because we got so many people here tonight that we don't have enough microphones. We're having to push Kyle to the side. So this is a big deal tonight, boys.
Kyle's in the mezzanine.
Kyle's in the mezzanine.
How's everybody's week been? Good? Good.
Excellent.
Not everybody talk at once.
Fantastic. Lots of good news at work. Good times, having fun.
Anytime we back on the mic, and then we got the old heads that been around a long time. Sign me up, baby. And I got an IPA.
Yeah,
there's a little bourbon in front of me.
There's a couple bottles of liquor on the table too.
I mean,
so this is going to be interesting.
Show up and show out.
This could go away.
So tonight we got a little side piece where we're going to introduce the 15th member of 15 Friends.
Is this the last one?
Yeah, we've had everybody on the pod.
Wow.
Everybody's been on the pod except for Mark Timberlake.
Or Timby, as he's called.
Timby, as he's called.
So Koli's been on once before? Twice before?
Once.
Koli's been on once before. And Timby, this is your first appearance.
Yeah, I had a chance one time, but I ducked away because I was scared.
Don't be scared.
Timmy, talk to us about your attitude, energy coming in here. How you been feeling? What were the thoughts running through your mind as you're walking through this door?
I had no expectations, but there's a lot of energy here, so I'm excited to be here, be part of it.
Be honest, when you walked in the door and you saw all this, knowing that us idiots have been working on a podcast, when you saw all this, a soundboard, computers, 6 microphones set up,
strippers in the corner,
Jeremy Burns in attendance.
Go-go.
What were your
go-go
initial
dancers.
thoughts, for real?
Reminded me the first time I had an opportunity to speak, and I stayed at the end of Derek's driveway, so way away from any part of it. But it was fun to watch, and I'm here in person.
I appreciate that Timby is dressed like my banker. There is a pressed button down. There is a pair of khakis with a proper crease in them. There are some loafers with no socks, which I appreciate as a man who's a fan of no socks. So hey, somebody around here is dressed nice. The rest of us look like we're on vacation.
Hey man, where are your pennies at in your loafers? Come on, man.
I couldn't afford them today.
Oh, okay, all right.
They got rid of pennies.
We didn't have a close today.
Oh, okay.
Mark,
They got rid of pennies.
of all the 15 friends that are on the Men of the Moose podcast, you're the only one that was born and raised in this area. Tell us a little bit about that, man. Give us a little sense of what it was like being born and raised around here.
Yeah, it got mentioned today. I'm a mortgage loan officer, so meet a lot of people that are moving here from all parts of the country. And so when they ask me about the area, I'm like, Wake County can't get rid of me. So I was born at the old Rex Hospital, which is over off Wade Avenue. You guys probably don't know where that's at. It's now a government building. And anyway,
Isn't there a good what's the name of that brewery over there off of Wade? Isn't there a brewery or something over there off of Wade Avenue?
Probably several of them.
Is
Raleigh
Sick
Brewing
Brewery
Company?
everywhere?
Yeah, Raleigh. That's it. Raleigh Brewing's over there.
He said good. I didn't think of Raleigh.
Oh,
Not a sponsor.
Mark, you've spent your whole life here. Explain a little bit about what Wake Forest, where we all call home now, what it used to look like, what it's like today? I mean, some thoughts on just what you've seen evolve for this area.
Sure. Well, y'all have heard this around the pool and everything, but my family's from Wake Forest. So my dad, cousins, anyway, Wake Forest, Youngsville's kind of all together back then. So I grew up in Raleigh, so it's not too far away, but Wake Forest was like a sleepy town back then. I would never, ever thought I would have moved up here, and here we are. So y'all have heard this too. The Marshall Farm Street, which is right up the street, was my cousin and his father-in-law. That was Marshall Farm. So it was sold out to Ammons Development. It's been developed, and they kept the Marshall Farm name. So,
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. If that doesn't tell you this guy's embedded in this community, when his homeboy's cousin's nephew, Johnny, and them own the whole neighborhood, come on, man.
It might explain that double starch shirt.
I will say, when we picked our lots out, there was a dirt road.
Really?
So we came out here a hot summer July day. We're like, who the hell would live way out here?
So you're jumping ahead. So let's get into the headline where we talked about. So you guys ended up living next to each other in a different neighborhood over 20 years ago. So tell us about that.
Yeah, let's jump right in. Tell us about the whole background on how you guys have been next door neighbors for over 20 years.
Yeah, so I moved over from Charlotte in 1999 in January. And I think Mark moved in a few years later. So I decided, I got a job in Raleigh in RTP and decided I would buy a starter home. I wasn't going to move into an apartment again. I lived in an apartment in Charlotte for 2 years. So my now wife and I moved over and bought a house in North Raleigh. And in the backyard was basically a field. It was very similar to when we bought in Heritage. It was a field, and it later became 540, which is the belt line around North Raleigh. And I think the exit to our house opened in December of 1999. So it was kind of
crazy.
It was basically farmland.
So then, Mark, you move in what year?
2002, got married to Amy. So we had a thing going after church. We knew we were going to buy a house. We're driving around looking, and the rule was we would drive until one of us had to pee so bad that we called the search off.
Was there a bush light involved?
That would have taken me 11 minutes.
I'd never buy a house.
Derek still be looking.
So you move in. Did you guys meet like right away? Do we know?
I mean, you know Mark.
Was it an instant connection?
You know Mark, right? He was in my front yard with a bush light within 18 seconds, right? So
true story.
That's a good neighbor.
I can jump in on that. So it was pretty similar. It was a double cul-de-sac. So my house was a corner lot in the
How did you get out?
I mean, you couldn't. We're just stuck.
That's the point.
Isn't that an infinity symbol?
No,
Yes.
but I was talking to Amy about this. So it's kind of like how we got to know each other. Back then, nobody had kids, right? Neighbor across the street probably used to hate me because he'd come over and go, Timberlake, what are you doing? You're washing your Jeep every day. You're cutting your grass. My wife's busting my balls. Why? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I got to be outside. But anyway, the real reason we kind of met, I think, Amy and Renee actually used to go to baby yoga classes because our oldest children are born 3 weeks apart.
Cool.
So the wives were pregnant at some point,
Okay.
and ended up going out. But anyway, yeah, watching sports and
Hey, hold on. Let's go back to this baby yoga. So,
Is that like goat yoga except with
so
babies
did
that
you
borrow?
did you all ever go to the baby yoga with them?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, come on. What a great experience, right? I mean, you work on your limber. It's just
You have a whole ulterior motive for this.
no. I just want.
He's baiting you. Do not answer that question. Do not answer that question.
Hey, for the listeners, Norm is back.
I immediately went to like
We missed you, buddy.
to like goat yoga where you roll your mat out
Nope.
and a random baby crawls up and like just starts crawling on you.
No.
I wasn't thinking about your baby. I was thinking about somebody else's.
So those initial early days had to be just pretty special. So kind of walk us through the next decade or so.
well, it turned out
They held hands. They made
out.
out underneath the moonlight.
End of story.
No, it was five kids all born at the same time. Like so five of the immediate neighbors, the children were all born within just a month or
Must
so.
have been a
apart.
long
So
winter.
all the guys, So all the guys are walking outside to have a beer and meet in the garage because they're tired of dealing with their kids crying. Sorry. Oh, silence. Wow.
Well, I was trying to think back when that big winter storm was that happened that just shut Raleigh down, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably back when all the babies were born 9 months after that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
No doubt.
I think that was 2002. That was the year that you moved in. I think it was maybe December of 2002.
That's about right.
And it turns out my other neighbor, who still lives there, and she's a super great friend of ours, but she's a professional chef. We had trees down. There was probably 14, 15 trees down. The whole place was shut down for a week, and we traded. I had firewood, and she had good soup that she was cooking on her grill. So that was a lot of fun.
You had to trade for food?
I did. It was like we were back
What?
in the 1800s.
Was this before you became Chef Koli? Or were you chefing then?
I think I was a chef in bloom back then.
Okay.
I had my first grill,
Ooh,
Okay.
just one?
just one at that point, and there was a pine tree across my grill, so I couldn't cook. So Michelle came to the rescue and brought a bunch of food over.
Insane.
It was fun though, sleeping by the wood fireplace. I had all the firewood, and we just slept in front of the fireplace for a week. It was a good time.
So that was the first time you all were next door neighbors.
Yes.
So who tried to say, man, I'm getting the hell out of here. I've had enough of him. Who left first?
Wait. I want
Yeah.
to go back for a second.
I got
because
I got some questions around the initial.
I think there are some stories from the old neighborhood that I've heard that the world should hear.
Yeah.
Is there a gun play incident involved from the old neighborhood?
We can leave names out of it.
Yeah,
I'll let
protect
Scott
the
lead.
innocent, but I mean,
School.
let's hear about this
There's
story.
school involved.
So it turns out halfway up our double cul-de-sac was another side cul-de-sac, and I'll leave names out, but this wife decided that she was going to pull a shotgun on her husband.
What?
And we didn't find out about it until her cul-de-sac was full of 7 or 8 cop cars. And they had a little bit of a tiff.
What did he do?
Just a little one. Just talking politics.
Was she buck wild, or did he get caught doing something wrong and she armed up?
She was pretty crazy. She would drive down the street in a jazzy scooter.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody around here is shaming anybody for riding a scooter.
It's all tracking now.
So when she was rolling up the double cul-de-sac, we would yell "car," but it was really just her in a scooter, and everybody would laugh, and it was kind of the joke of the neighborhood.
like a 6 mile an hour jazzy, like a
Yeah.
legit.
She was
jazzy?
ahead of the curve.
It was back when
It's
your kids
insane.
were all playing out in the double cul-de-sac, right? You had 4 or 5 year olds, and when an actual car came, we'd yell "car." But when she came rolling up in the jazzy, we'd also yell "car," and then all the kids would get a kick out of that one.
Timby, you got a shit-eating grin on your
No.
face right now. You got to jump in here.
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
Whoa, sidebar.
They are
Can't approve
conferring
stories.
to
Hey,
make
hey
sure
guys,
that
while they're having a
based on the
sidebar,
counsel of my
did you
lawyer.
notice that, like, they kept describing this woman as crazy, and when she would drive by in her jazzy, they would yell "car." You think that they contributed to her? Like, they were y'all were bullying a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez,
possibly.
boys.
They could have been mean
Okay,
girls.
Mark's got it.
I mean,
Compose yourself.
Come on, Timberlake, let's go. Get
She
in
went-
that
she went
microphone.
from
no one's
Jazzy-
listening to this.
Yeah.
Eat that mic, Mark, if you talk.
I don't know. Some idiot neighbor said the reason was he did a double dirty Sanchez on her, and that's why she got mad. So that's probably a nasty rumor, but anyway, I'm just like,
That's an actual thing that was a rumor in the
I don't know. What's a double?
From
Dirty
baby
Sanchez.
yoga.
both thumbs.
Oh,
Just-
God.
just repeating what was said.
It's a good thing they didn't have Nextdoor app back then, huh? That would have got a lot of traction.
probably invented because of that.
You're committed to it when you're doing the double. I mean, the single is like a hey, let's see
That's
if
what
this
they do
works.
in Michigan.
Hey, so later on this evening, somebody explain to me what the hell a double dirty Sanchez is.
This is getting.
We don't just tell me later.
Yeah, we'll lose our
Yeah,
rating.
yeah,
if we
just
don't.
tell me later.
Nobody Google it, please.
Yeah.
So I did go by.
Oh
the,
yeah, your algorithm be getting messed up.
So there were some characters over there. I did go by that neighborhood actually the other day. I bought a golf club for my youngest, and it's like, hey, this is our old neighborhood. It's close by, so go over there. And I was telling him, he's asking about the neighborhood, and I was like, hey, see that house right there? One guy got stuck on his roof one morning before the school bus got there. I don't know what he was doing up there, but they had to call the fire trucks to get him off the roof at 7:15 in the morning. Like,
Does she know the guy in the fire truck?
I mean, Brian.
no,
Brian,
but the guy that was up there is from Europe, and I don't know what he was doing up there, but it was something.
7 out of the 10 stories you tell Timberlake, I don't know if they're real. Like it's like you're making this. Scott was there.
I
So let me
can attest.
recap. So
I
there's
can
a guy
attest.
on a roof. Fire department had to be called to get this guy off his own roof.
12-12 pitch.
12-12 pitch.
And I seem to recall his wife sold lingerie out of her house for a business. So there was some
That's correct.
weird stuff going on.
Sold lingerie out of the house.
You know if any places are for sale back over there? I'm thinking about moving.
That neighborhood sounds incredible. Yeah, maybe the
Why did you? Yeah.
Maybe the friends built a podcast studio in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a
Why
lot
did
going
you
on.
leave?
We also had a guy at the end of the.
Here we go.
We
Here
had a
we go.
guy.
Come on.
We had a guy. We had a neighbor move in, and he decided one day that he would build a hot tub on top of his screen porch roof. And I'm no engineer. Well, actually, I am, but that's besides the point. Water weighs 8 pounds per gallon.
Yeah. How many gallons are in a hot tub?
There's a lot of gallons. About
Probably
500.
Brian, how many gallons?
350. Brian would know. Oh, Brian. 400 gallons times 8. That's a lot of pounds. But anyway, I don't think that screen porch was built for a hot tub. I don't think it's still standing, but
So
I don't know.
did the hot tub end up on the porch that was no longer screened?
Not while we lived there. It could have collapsed.
so great stories, and we're going to get into in a little bit once we kind of exhaust these amazing tales. We're going to talk about what it means to be neighbors, but we'll cover that in a little bit. I saw one on here about being linded.
Oh yeah, that lady. Yes.
We're not going to protect her innocence, are we?
Well, I mean, linded. That's an adjective.
Yeah, so
there's
that-
a lot of
Or a
Lindas out
verb.
there.
If she's riding a jazzy scooter, I'm out.
So that lady, she knew everything that was going on with the neighborhood. If you left your garage door open, you were getting a phone call, and it might have been at 8:17 at night. And she would call, Scott, your garage door's open. You might want to shut it for the evening. So she was our neighborhood watch person.
What do you think Linda's up to right now? Just standing on the front porch looking around?
I don't know if they still live in that neighborhood or not. That's a good question. I should drop by and maybe have a lemonade with her.
Those are like
Was she a smoker?
She was not.
Oh,
She liked to rock a house coat outside picking the flowers underneath her mailbox.
because when I envision someone telling me that my garage door's up
Yeah.
and the sun is still up,
Yeah.
I envision them wearing a white house coat
Yeah.
with fuzzy slippers. They got rollers in their hair and they're smoking like long Virginia Slims 220s.
Yep.
That's what I
Gonna say.
envision.
Walking like a dog that needs a haircut or that needs a bath.
Never in anything but a robe.
Is the dog in the stroller? Like she's pushing the dog?
In modern days, dogs in a stroller.
It sounds like you guys lived like in a Jerry Springer. It was like a Jerry Springer set. Everything you describe is hard to believe.
There's more, but to be fair,
There's more.
because some people,
Yeah, okay, we're here. Go ahead.
some people on the podcast like snakes less than other people. So, Linda trying to be helpful with the garage door stuff. Koli's out of town one weekend. I don't know where he was at, and I'm watching his house with the neighbors with Cash and them, and a snake goes into his garage. So we're tasked with getting the snake out of the garage. Imagine the snake being in this garage right here where we're at right now, and it's in the corner behind the.
I'd get it.
Imagine that, D.
It,
I'd sell the house.
I'd wrangle that thing.
Yeah, I know who I'd call.
That's right. I called
He's
JB
sitting at the end of the table.
it sucked, but our good veteran friend was taking the lead on getting it out. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I screamed a little bit, but anyway, mission was accomplished. Nice. Keep your garage doors down, people.
Before we transition into the move up here, any more? Norm, jump in. But you any more funny stories from the old hood about the kids or the wives or anything things that come to mind? You guys have done a great job, by the way, of pulling some pieces together for us.
I got one of my favorites. This is just funny because Scott and I were right there together. So Saturday morning, I don't know we had kids yet, right? I'm staining my fence, And our neighbor across the street comes rolling over. Scott and I are in conversation. We didn't really see him come over. And we turn around and we're like, hey, Saturday morning, I think Koli fixed a Bloody Mary for me or something like that. And we're like, hey, well, what's up? And
Doubt it.
And he goes, just kind of looks at us, squints his eyes a little bit and it's like, my ass is a little itchy. And then turns around and walks off. Like that was it. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I'm with Brian. I think you did live in the Jerry Springer set. Somebody just walking up random talking about their asses itching.
We're neighbors and friends with them, but
Hey,
anyway.
did you miss the part at the very beginning, Norm, where they said behind their house was a giant field?
Who knows telling what was coming out of that field?
Right? Which is now 540. You see what I'm going with
that makes a lot of sense.
Okay,
now.
all right. Just those people that just kind of come out of nowhere.
And again, I have to ask this question. Who left first? Because somebody had some animosity, right? You just gonna up and leave me over here? Who left first?
Yeah, good point. Good. Talk about the transition up to God's country.
Yeah, I think that was Mark. I'll let him take the why they decided to move story.
It was interesting. So almost a job switch was part of it, getting closer to family. And the other thing too was it was Parade of Homes. So it was kind of interesting. So we're up here looking Parade of Homes houses and pull down the street, and Scott's coming down the street the other direction. Like, hey, buddy, what you doing? It's like, I don't know. What are you doing?
Whoa, shut up. Y'all were up here looking at in the same neighborhood on the same street, looking at houses on the same day?
It was the Parade of Homes, but
What was the Parade of Homes?
You had no idea each of you going to be there at the same time?
I think I'd already got the lot secured. We're just looking at house design.
Did you know that one was moving at this time, or were you both like? Did you guys just meet up? Like,
I think if I remember right, this was back in 2007, but I think it was a hot summer day, and my wife and I were like, let's just take a drive. Let's go check out some neighborhoods and things like that. We were not looking to move at the time, but we drove up here. Like I said, it was a dirt road. It was a golf course community. We love the vibe on the north side. That was mostly built out at the time already. And we drove down what's now our current street, and it was a dirt road. We were like, I don't know. We didn't commit to anything then. We started looking at house plans.
So it was almost like if you out and you see your buddy with a girl that he said he was done with, and when you see him, it's like, oh shit, oh hey man, what's up? Was it that kind of reaction? Because you guys obviously hadn't talked about it, right?
No, not really. It just seemed like a good idea. Like, wow, maybe like, and we kind of had on our bucket list, let's build a house at one point. Let's build a house, and it's a great neighborhood. We like the neighborhood, and we decided to pull the trigger. So I think, Mark, you moved in when? May or April of?
March
of 2008.
Yeah.
We started our build at the end of 2007. We moved in July of 2008. So we were the first couple of families on the street.
So at this time, though, when you guys were met up here, did you know each other was looking at houses? Or like getting ready to move? Oh, so you knew that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew they were moving, and it kind of gave us inspiration to start looking maybe as well.
Okay.
But we weren't really looking. We were like, whatever. We didn't have much going on. So, yeah.
And did you know that you got the lot next to him? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Mark and I picked out the best two lots on the street.
Were you guys like, I got the better lot? And he's like, no, I got the better lot. And you're like, your lot sucks.
We moved in July 2008, so you must have still been in boxes when we moved in.
You know what? We might have been June. We were June or early July. I remember it was so hot that day that the moving truck ramp melted the road out in front of our house. They put the ramp down, and I'm serious, there's still divots in the road where that moving ramp was.
Dude, when we moved in, it was Africa hot, and I was like, okay, Tracy, I'm going to work, bye. And she had to deal with the movers and all that stuff. It was incredible.
So it's like you guys have had two iterations of your friendship,
I know.
right? Like a first half and a second half. So talk to us how the friendship here at Heritage either changed, evolved, and then all these knuckleheads start moving in.
For my part, I feel like we probably got more engaged with each other when we moved out here. You know, having had that history, Mark's always been like my little brother, and it's
Somebody
been
give him some tissues.
it's been an awesome friendship, and I don't know. I just feel like it's grown throughout the years. It's not, you know, I feel like you have a lot of friends that come and go, but Mark's been around for a while, so
None that routinely
stuff.
eat at 10 and live across the street. If you want a little
don't jump-
snack late night.
Hey, calm down over there. Don't jump ahead.
Well, and the fact that you all have had that, like you guys have navigated a lot of life, like 20 years, like that's nothing to shake a stick at, right? You guys have navigated children being birthed. You've navigated really hard life stuff. You've navigated the fun, excitement. You've navigated water leaks, main burst, whatever the case may be, right? Lightning strikes, crazy neighbors that set stuff on fire in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like those sorts of things. Very unique.
yeah. And one thing that was really early on, both of our older kids were born 3 weeks apart. So, you know, Mark alluded to it earlier, but the wives were walking around the cul-de-sac, and both kids were late, and they were trying to induce birth early on, and
Incredible.
so like 3 weeks apart, and then our second kids were born very, very close as well, and they ended up growing up together and going to high school.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably like also back then. You know, my father-in-law, mother-in-law would come up. Everybody's healthier back then, so I got a really cool picture of Sydney on my father-in-law's Harley. You know, back then, so it's just different time. When we moved here, I tell everybody that's asked me about where you know, just living here in general. But our street's like a fraternity party. That's how I've always described it, because it's just so crazy for the street that we live on, that number of people that have moved in with kids about the same age, right? And then it's like, oh, you like to hang out, drink beer, and watch your kid play in the street? Me too. Let's hang out.
Yeah,
And,
especially back in the day. I mean, when we first moved on the street, we weren't there a day, and our neighbors across the street grabbed my son and took him in, and you know, whatever. But Mike Thomas's family. But I used to joke, like, you could put a chair and a cooler. I could put a chair and a cooler in my front yard, sit in my front yard, drink beer, and just in a matter of an hour, we'd have 20 people in the front yard, kids playing in the street. It was incredible. It was a really magical time. And then as the kids got older, then the dads kind of took over, right? So it's like, oh, there's real like reliable bedtimes, and these kids are going to go to sleep. And we used to stand out in the street and play washers until 4 a.m. and hang like, you know, shop lights on extension ladders, and, you know, basically until somebody told us we had to go inside or somebody passed out or both. You know, that happened all the time. It was a pretty magic time. Like when the kids got to the sweet spot, and all our kids grew up about the same age, and it just a fantastic time to be alive.
Yeah, and we coached baseball together. Mark, you know, Mark's kids and my kids played baseball together. I just found a selfie the other day where I'm driving them in the SUV, and we're all on the way to baseball practice, but coaching together. And I look at Jeremy. He's going through that now, coaching his kids, and kind of missing those times as well. But it's also fun this time. My kids are in college. We're going on beach trips. I mean, they're a lot of fun to hang out. There's a lot of laughs. So
really funny story.
Definitely.
I just was reminded of the other day. I saw a photograph. There was a snowstorm, and Barack Obama's inauguration was happening on that day. And so we're all out in the street with the kids, and we're running around, you know, sledding and stuff like that. And we all went into the Timberlake's house and sat there and watched the inauguration together. Like stuff like that just kind of like organically happened, that, you know, normally you'd just be in your house or, you know, whatever. But like we did everything sort of as a big family on that street. And it was fantastic.
And those are big moments that you're experiencing. I mean, the one thing we haven't really touched upon is you guys both share a passion and a love for cooking, right? So, Koli, why don't you share a little bit about how you got interested in cooking, your passion for that? You've been through some classes, and how you guys share that same love.
yeah, I mean, when I grew up in a small town in upstate New York, my grandmother was the cook. You know, she was the matriarch cook. So I would go down there on weekends. I'd watch her cook, and I kind of got into that. My dad was a good cook, so it just got passed on over the generations. But when I moved south is when I really got into grilling, smoking. I went to a barbecue class down in Georgia. So that kind of thing. By the way, we won that competition, but
Yeah.
that's
Hold
He's
on, you
kicked
said
out
you
of
was-
all future neighborhood cook-offs.
maybe that's for another podcast.
But you said you were smoking.
No.
Smoking meat?
Smoking meat.
Yeah. You got to clarify, man. There's some wild, some wild
smoking
people.
meat.
I
out
think
here
what you
listening to
heard
this.
was, I be stroking.
That's what I've
Yeah.
been doing.
Boom.
Stroke it to the west.
I be smoking.
So in the north,
Mm,
north, barbecue is a verb. In the south, it's a noun, right? So
Yep.
that's kind of what got me into it.
I wanted to just kind of do a real quick, brief recap on the timeline and for the viewers, just kind of because it ties in what this whole podcast kind of started as. 15 friends. We've introduced Mark, who we're going to pick on here in a minute. At least I am. And I'm going to pepper you with some questions. But 2007 is when you guys moved in on Wood Poppy. And 2008. And Derek, you shared some great stories about what those experiences were like almost 20 years ago. And so when we talk about this friend group, and some folks are newer to the group, but there's a core here that created this core friendship group, and it is, and you could kind of argue that it's anchored by these two gentlemen sitting right here, Scott and Mark. And it was part of why I wanted to get you guys on together and share this story and this history. We're gonna go a little further here, but just wanted to say thank you for what your all's friendship and your history means to this entire group. And that's not meant to be word salad. That's meant to be honest, man.
Yeah, I always compare it to the first week of college, right? You go to college and everybody's kind of in the same boat, right? Nobody knows anybody. We all moved in this new neighborhood and everybody's roughly the same age. And so everybody's really excited to make friends. So, sometimes you different moves are different, right? Like, so you move somewhere and you're already sort of established and other people are established. But here it was like, we're all in the same boat. And so we made fast friends, everybody in the neighborhood, and everybody was super welcoming and lovely. And we just became like this little family. One of the stories I love to tell, and it's about Scott and his wife. So my wife, Tracy, and I got food poisoning from the same meal.
Jesus, was it Scott's meal?
Well,
That's a good
no.
story.
This was from Crapplebee's. Yeah, no shade, Crapplebee's. So my son went to the same school as Scott's kids, and they spent half their time at our house, and my son spent half his time down there. So Tracy texts Renee, Scott's wife, and says, "Look, we're useless. I'm sending Everett down in his pajamas. I need you to put him in a uniform. I need you to make him a lunch. I need you to take him to school. I need you to pick him up from school and bring him home. We'll tell you when we're useful human beings again." Like, we were broken. Our home was broken. And Renee just said, "Send him down." Went down there. He was about the same size as Scott's oldest son, Dylan. Put him in a uniform, took him to school. It was seamless. There is nowhere else on earth I can imagine that happening.
No.
Yeah.
But Wood Poppy was a place that would happen.
It was magic.
My wife can advocate she can advocate if there's a medical crisis, something going on.
She's the boss.
She's who you want in your corner for sure.
Nice.
Amen. Cool.
Hey, we had a couple of things that happened early on too, to Derek's point about just the street in general. But we had couple of big things. There was there was a golf tournament we had each year for my brother-in-law that passed. Had all those proceeds went to the Jimmy V Celebrity golf tournament for cancer research. So that was a huge bonding experience for us. We had 17, 18 tournaments. I think we had 160 players at a couple of them. So it was a big deal. Scott always organized the transportation back and forth, which is great. But we also had the Miracle on Wood Poppy party each year. That was fun and a train wreck and memorable every
So you can't. I'm gonna tell you, as someone who has jumped onto the caboose of the
You're
miracle.
the caboose. You are
like
the caboose.
literal caboose.
A great
of the
caboose,
miracle
though. A
on
great
Wood
caboose.
Poppy. Can you please just explain to the listeners what that was like? I mean, I've been a part of a version But I would be interested to hear that version, the wood poppy. How did it come about? The miracle. And again, we're talking like the holidays. This is Christmas.
When you didn't have to drive at all.
I can
Derek,
do.
explain Miracle and Wood Poppy.
Yeah, so my wife started Miracle on Wood Poppy, and it was a progressive party. It was 3 homes. Everybody has sort of a signature drink and maybe some snacks, or at the last house has desserts, and then there's like a white elephant situation. And it was, when we first started it, it was literally just Wood Poppy, which is about 300 yards long. So there was no driving. There was just walking. It was fantastic. People would dress up, go do their thing. But that party started to extend a little bit and become more fun. One of the fun memories from that party is a gentleman who used to live across the street from me, who shall remain nameless. I think it was year 1 or year 2, had to take a lap on Wood Poppy and apologize. His wife told him, you must go up and down the street and apologize. When he walked into my house, and my house was house number 2, my wife was standing at the door with the door open, and he walked by the blonde lady and went, your tits look great. So that's what he was apologizing for.
Norm, I didn't know you were around back then.
Man.
By the way, when he came to apologize the next day, my wife was like, that's the nicest things anybody said to me for a year. You can come back every day and say that. Don't apologize.
It makes your old neighborhood with the shotgun wielding lady and the dude stuck on the roof seem pretty named.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we had a fireworks display one 4th of July where I had a buddy come up to town and shoot fireworks off in the middle of the street. And then I spent a whole day fishing fireworks shrapnel out of people's yards. Yeah, it was buck wild. I mean, it was super fun, but it was a really great supportive place, and a place where we made lifelong friends. I mean, I'm sitting around a table with a bunch of dudes I know that I'll know forever. And the base of that was Wood Poppy Street. And the 2 guys who started that were Mark and Scott.
They anchored it.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
no question. So it's really special. I'm going to play a little bit of lightning round if anybody wants to jump in and pepper. But late night cooking. Timberlake. Bro, I can't even look at you.
Let's give the backstory. So normally,
I
the
was
way
gonna
I
set it
understand.
up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
you go. No.
You know better.
No.
Hey, from New York over here.
Hey, one more bourbon and I might go full scale. So, as the backstory, Mark Timberlake, our most recent host, our guest on the show today, loves to feed his family usually after 9:30 p.m. as a starting point.
Midnight.
Mark, what's up with all this late night cooking, dude? Like, where does that come from, man?
Yeah, so
You're on the grill at 10 p.m. sending pics.
Weekday.
Weekday, Tuesdays.
I think so. I'd blame it on sports for recent years, but it all got started back in single life. So back in single life, my couple of guys I lived with worked retail. So they'd finish up at 9:30 at night. We'd go to the gym. We'd go to Food Line and get chicken wings and a case of beer. Come home around 11:30. Start grilling the wings. Get showers. Have a couple beers. So it started 6 years of that.
I get it, because I
midnight.
bartended for years and I would get home at 3 a.m. But like, those habits didn't translate into my later life. So I'm just curious, like, your wife was never like, dude, we need to eat at 6?
Your kids are being punished.
Right?
Well, Hefe, there's a couple other things.
Hey,
from
we're
that.
gonna
Cindy's
have
like,
to-
I'm
Didn't
starving.
translate
We're
into your later
starving.
life. That's why you're not up anymore.
Hey, Amy goes, "Hey, can you go wake up Todd so we can feed him?
It's dinner time.
Not only that, but everybody eats a different dinner.
That's
Somebody
true.
wants chicken, somebody wants steak, somebody wants salad.
The Timberlake family nightly dinner, best I can tell, is about $1,000 cost.
Correct.
Because there are filet, there are salmon,
Sashimi
there are
grade tuna.
ribeyes, there are just whatever you order.
Yeah.
Mark is going to put on the grill for
I'm
you.
pretty sure I still have a tuna steak that Mark brought over to my house in my freezer. He's brought like 2, and I ate one, and one I think is still in my freezer. I probably need to throw it out, but that's just the way Mark is.
I get your pictures every morning. Like when you post them you're eating when I'm in bed. Sleep.
Yeah, it works.
Lies.
Most of the time.
But I've talked to your son Todd about the adjustment from, hey, short order filet, to, hi, I'm a college kid. The cafeteria's closed. Everything's closed. Now I'm just trying to eat some ramen. Like, it's got to be a jolt to the system for your kids to leave the home.
Yeah, and Coley's kids too, because here's the thing. Coley's a great cook, right? I suck at cooking, but if you feed people late enough at nighttime and they're hungry, it all tastes good.
Amen.
There it is.
Strategy.
Show.
That's my secret. Coley's kids eat good.
Hey, that's the whole Waffle House's business model. Like, what the hell?
Wait a second, but they put your ass in the parking lot after 10:30.
Yeah, and don't eat at the one in Wake Forest because they're gonna put 10:30. Your ass is in the parking lot on the curb eating scattered, smothered, and covered. But you've taken their business model, man. It sucks. It's late. Eat it and shut the hell up.
All right, Mark, another patented trademark of yours, which I'm not a big fan of, but I adore this about you, is that you inherently love to scare people, like starting with your own family.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what's Koli? The question was like, how many times has Timby tried to scare the shit out of you? And like, has there been a couple that were memorable at all?
There's a couple that were memorable, but the best time was when we teamed up to scare our current neighbor, Doug.
Oh!
Yeah. So Doug had left his SUV trunk open. Mark calls me up and says, "Hey, Doug's climbing around his trunk. You want to scare the crap out of him?" So how did that go?
It was after Monday Night Football. So it's late. Had a couple of beers, and Doug's trunk's open. So I'm leaving your house. See his trunk's open. I'm like, hey, it's on.
That's what it was. So Mark calls Doug. He calls me first. He says, "Hey, I'm going to call Doug, and he's going to go out and close his trunk." So when he goes out and closes his trunk, go ahead and scare the crap out of him. So
I was in the trunk.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
This is the all-time scare story, but yeah, he's scared the shit out of me a lot of times. But so Mark's in the trunk, Doug comes out. I'm watching it from my driveway. Doug's the next driveway over. Doug comes out to close his trunk, and Mark jumps out of the trunk. I'm surprised Doug's still alive at this point, honestly.
Yeah, he was screaming. I was screaming. It was awesome. The best thing about scaring Doug was this. Everybody's messing around in their garage, like after dark, like after a daylight savings time, but you're in your garage at nighttime with the lights on and you're piddling with something. I come sneaking up Doug's driveway and jump in there. Ah! And he like jumps up and does a karate kick with his feet. I'm like, what? Whoa. That's the best.
By the way, Mark's daughter has a whole video,
like a montage
of different times that she's scared Mark, and he's got all these different screams going on, but she put it all together in one video. It's hilarious.
They are amazing. We'll post
hilarious.
it. Can we try to get a copy of that? Seriously,
She will share that gladly. Yeah.
Mark,
we want to post that.
Mark, I want to hear about, because I was a part of this, the time that our neighbor Sean had a vasectomy and sent his wife out of, and children out of town, and you showed up on my front doorstep and were like, "Let's go get Sean." Please tell that story.
I can't remember all the details. Just shenanigans. Just seeing an opportunity. So I think he's all laid up and he's paranoid anyway about everything. So we're gonna go knock on the back door, knock on the front door, and he's all running around. Should have had a cold sack of peas on his pecker. And anyway.
Such a good word, by the way. Pecker.
Yeah, we went window to window.
You had to pull off the mic, Norm.
Yeah.
We had
to pull off.
We had a couple. We had a couple other neighbors with us, and we moved around the house like ninja warriors.
Yeah, it was fun.
Knocking on stuff, and then he finally figured out who it was.
Oh my God! See, I could do this all night, y'all. This is so good.
Oh wow!
A couple more I got on you, Timby. Just since you're the new guy and we're picking on you, there are I googled this today. There are 1.7 billion beers in the world globally.
I was hoping.
And you choose to
religiously,
like without fail, you choose to succumb to Busch Light as your beer of choice.
And let me say this, like, you'll say like, oh, my buddy Norm loves Pernicious. No, it's not like 70% of the time he'll have Pernicious. 99.9% of the time, Timby will have a Busch Light in his hand. If he goes to a bar that doesn't have one, there's like some other beers that you can choose to have. Where did that come from?
Just college buddies.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of college. So it's just,
Okay.
just a simple time. So I keep things simple.
I'm going to tell you. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
I will say my brother's father-in-law worked at Budweiser for like 36 years. He drank Busch Light. He said it's the best beer for the money because it doesn't meet whatever grade it is for like the next one, but
Human
it's like right on the edge.
Medical grade.
It's right on the verge of antifreeze, but
Well, I'm going to tell you, I was so hard up about 2 Sundays ago at the pool. Timmy rolls up. I drank my last IPA. And I was slumming. I was in the trenches, baby. Timmy rolls up with a backpack cooler full. I'm not talking about a couple. I mean, there was Busch Light pouring out the top.
Hey, you can always take them home. They don't go bad.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. I guzzled them bad boys, and I want to thank you. Busch Light came in right on time.
And your buzz went down.
Hey,
Y'all sobered up.
Derek. Hey, Derek, do not forget this week to tag Busch Light in the comments.
I will not.
I'm trying to help people out. I'd say this is a true story. So my buddy had a staffing company growing up. I worked with him for 5 years. It was great. And one of the first accounts I went in for sales was Harris Wholesale, used to be the local Anheuser-Busch distributor. So I'm like, I'm going to go over to Harris Wholesale, and they're going to start hiring everybody through us. So I go marching in the warehouse. Who's the manager? Rudy's his name. Hey, Rudy, my name is Mark. You're going to start hiring everybody that works in this warehouse through our staffing company. He goes, really? It's like, why is that? He goes, because I like Busch Light, and I'm going to hand deliver these paychecks every Thursday to your guys. And he goes, really? And he's like, okay. And so it was on every Thursday. I got to deliver the checks and see all the Anheuser-Busch products. But
I
it was-
never heard that story, by the way.
Okay.
Long time friendship. Never heard that. The first
To
time.
his credit, Timmy learned early, like bring enough to share with the class. So anywhere you are, if you're short on beer, he's got some beers for you, and that's a quality all friends should have. Overpack your cooler. Let one to grow on here. Overpack your cooler.
Why are you looking at me?
Also, I'll give Timmy credit. In the last like 5 to 7 years, dude, if you're out of beer and I just hand you something, you're like, cool, and you'll drink it. So, I mean, like, you're going to go buy Busch Light. But if I hand you a snake handler, you're gonna be like,
yeah, he'll feel like he's slumming.
Normal cut your hand off for taking it from his cooler.
Shit, for $7 a case of beer, hell, he ought to have plenty. Ain't it $7 for 24?
Have a whole truckload of them coming.
One thing really quick on Timby's beer consumption though. Tell us about the speed bump. Tell us about you. So every time Timby opens a beer, he takes his thumb and he makes a speed bump in the can. Tell us about that and how you came to do that.
There's nothing to it. Just somebody from school did it. It was a bartender. It was like, okay, I'll do that.
But was it explained to you like why you were doing it, or just like it smoothed it out?
At the time, he said it comes out smoother out of the can. It doesn't bubble up as much. Probably a total lie. But I'm like,
it's not
okay.
a lie. I've started incorporating it, and the beers go down 2/3 quicker.
At first,
2/3 quicker.
Wait, how do you do that?
At first, I thought he was marking his
Norm,
territory.
you got to get Norm. You're pushing too far down.
Derek's yet
You gotta
taking it
get
to
just
another
the
level
crease.
where he takes the
You gotta
actual
get just
top
the
off the
crease.
beer.
Yep, just the crease.
To be fair, it's any can
Norm,
I drink
do
out
not
up here.
do
To
it
be
to
fair.
IPAs or double IPAs, please.
At first, I thought it was so he would know which can is his, but nobody else is drinking Busch Light, so that's already covered.
It's a
Dead
twofer.
giveaway right there.
Twofer.
A public service announcement on that.
If
Check your
anybody
tabs.
wants to know who Coliander is, it's that right there. The zingers off the top rope. Well, fellas, we're going to take just a couple of minutes before we close out. But I think just for the obvious reasons, can you guys each say a couple of comments about what it means to be not a neighbor? I'm Norm's neighbor. I'm Brian's neighbor. That's great. Y'all have been next door neighbors for almost 20 something years. Give us a couple comments on just what it means to be a good, true neighbor to one another.
Cup of sugar, bottle of red, bottle of white. I don't know. What does it mean? Just being there for each other.
Yeah, you see the ups and downs, right? Seen the good and
You know, Derek always used to say, I don't know where he went, like the bathroom or something, but
He had to take a dump.
Derek used to say,
top shelf.
I'd bury a body for you guys. I'd bring a shovel. We'd throw it in the trunk, and nobody would ever know. I don't think we have to go to that extreme, but
Yeah.
that's
Well, you never know.
That's probably a good neighbor.
It's a weird time.
Let's just stick to European dudes on the roof that need to get down.
Hey, Scott's gets a lot of his personality from his dad. I think a lot of his dad, Gary's just super good guy, right? So, and just being comfortable with people.
Yeah.
They're cutting the grass in our backyard one day at the new house. Gary's over here, and I'm like, it's super hot. It's 42 steps across my backyard cutting the grass. Gary waves me down, Mark. I'm like, go over. I'm like, what's wrong? I've cut the lawnmower off and meet him in the street. And he's like, hey, work fascinates me. I can watch you do this all day long. And then he pulls up his liquor drink and takes a slip and walks back to Scott's front porch. I'm like, what just happened?
Did he
That
have
is
his pants
awesome.
on?
Nah, but anyway, just the whole thing with like knowing each other's parents and, you know, just for so long, watching the kids grow up. So anyway, it's been good.
So I'm going to put you guys on the spot as a closing question, and you don't have to come up with anything like crazy. But is there one thing that you could say that you've learned from each other at 20 years of friendship? It doesn't have to be deep or complex or anything like that, because
Yeah,
I'm
it
putting
does.
you on the spot.
Yeah, I think patience. Like we're probably not on the same playing field in politics and stuff like that, but I don't know. Who cares, you know?
100%.
Yeah, end of the day, it's like about hanging out and having fun, and
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Timmy?
Yeah, same thing. It's just, you know, knowing that you may or may not look as good as your buddy with his shirt off, you know. I mean, life's simple. So.
I feel like that was a shot at Koli. Nice work, dude. Nice work, dude.
All right.
I see
Well-
what you did there.
Well played,
Boy.
jerk.
Just a little jab at the end.
Yeah,
there,
Timberlake has been doing a lot of mile running
No
here
kidding.
lately. He was at the pool the other day. I think he had a pair of somebody's glasses he put on, and I was like, "Hey, player,
Derek's.
I was like, "Yeah, man, you that's a good look, player. I see you."
You were like, I'm
Ain't
glad-
as happy.
I'm glad Michaela went home.
Hell yeah!
Awesome, fellas. Like, I think, Brian, you had something to say.
Whoa.
For real.
Mic drop.
Please.
That's all right. We
Okay.
back. We in here.
Before you take us out, Jeff.
Yep.
Anybody else good? We good? We good.
I'm gonna tease the next Koli Timberlake episode.
Yeah.
Koli's house got hit by lightning while we were all in it, and we haven't even talked about it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so I guess I'm good. It only strikes one. I hope.
You guys really, I think that this episode went way better than jump in, Brian. Please.
Yeah, I got one request. You know, for future episodes, your passion, Scott, for cooking, for making incredible cocktails. I feel like we need like a Koli's Kitchen, Koli's Cure, Pour Decisions, something like that, where you're coming here, where you're sharing recipes and your passion for really taking the time to make those drinks, those meals really special. Share it with the listeners.
Yeah, I feel like we should be hands-on with that. We can actually cook something while we're doing it, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, if the wives have
We're suddenly the
Mahjong
Today
Club
Show.
and Book Club, we can have
Today
we can
show.
have a little club too.
Hey, check out Koli's Q's and Cocktails too.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get on that Instagram.
You've been
feed.
slacking on
Let-
lately, though.
I've been slacking on
Let,
that.
let's get on that. Let's get a proper social media cadence working on Koli's Q's and Cocktails.
And if we're gonna eat, I ain't waiting to midnight. God damn it!
and you better
It takes a long time to burn a steak.
Yeah. Says the guy that could
it'll
burn
taste better.
peas.
Shit, I won't eat that steak till 4 a.m. That'll be breakfast. Fix me some eggs. If you put it on at midnight,
Yeah, we're just having beef jerky at that point.
I think what was revealed tonight that you two are the anchors of the friendship of the 15 Friends podcast, like literally. And we appreciate y'all's lifelong friendship, being great neighbors, and thanks for coming out tonight and humoring us and sharing great stories. So, fellas, cheers.
Cool.
Cheers. Right on.
Cheers,
Cheers,
guys.
boys.
So,
Yeah.
Koli Timby, everybody, that's 20 years next door, somewhere between 10 o'clock dinners and the scare war. These two accidentally built one of the better friendships we all have. I appreciate y'all hanging out. That's another side piece. Thanks for listening to 15 Friends. Check out our Instagram and our Facebook pages, and we'll see you guys soon. Appreciate you.
Good job, fellas.
That was fantastic. I feel like
if you're acting like a pussycat.
Don't be a pussycat.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. We'll see y'all next week. Meow.